all good things, crystals, rocks, and more. And the owner of that shop is Annalee, who I've gotten a good chance to know over the past month or two. And she is here with us today to talk about this wonderful store and all of the great energy that it just puts out there into the world, and really why you wanted to bring this creation into the world, I think. So hi, thank you so much for letting us be here today and sitting down with me for a few minutes.
Yes, of course. I'm so happy you wanted to do your podcast here.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of said it correctly. Like, my vision really for the shop, it's to try and help as many people as I can and help them along with their spiritual journey, healing, just to have a location that people can come to, not necessarily even to buy crystals, but just to come in and kind of get some relief from their day-to-day craziness, things that they have going on. Just to come in, take a deep breath, and just release what I do.
You've said that a lot, that is your vision for this. And I love that so much because, having a retail, people think is easy, right? You just have stuff, and then when you sell stuff, you buy more stuff.
Yeah.
And there you go. Like, it's just supply, demand, sell, and buy. But one, having a business, no matter what your business is hard. And this is not your only business.
Right.
Like, this is not always what you've done. And it's not even what you do all the time. Like, you have a full-time job, and like, this is your second business because this is your passion.
Yeah.
So to me, that says so much about you. And so it says so much about your need and your need. So like, there's something in you that needs to get this out there, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, that I've lived in Wenatchee my whole life and never really had a space to go to or people necessarily that I could trust to tell, anything to, which is really what the girls and I hear. Like, we really fully are just so open to people and what they're going through and hearing about their experiences or things that are bothering them. And like, we try our best to just offer a shoulder, and of course we kind of gear it toward like healing and give them advice or tips, tricks, like things that, you can do to hopefully feel better, because we need more of feeling better.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, always. I said something the other day. I said, everybody's healing from something, right? Or actually what I said is everybody's recovering from something, right? Because, I talk a lot about recovery because I'm in recovery, from alcohol. Like, I've been in recovery from alcohol, and that's been my journey. But I've also felt like I've been recovering from other things, other life situations, other traumas, other relationships or failed relationships or deaths or whatever. Yeah. Everybody is recovering from something, processing something.
Yeah.
And you don't know. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't know. I'm going to speak from my own experience. I don't really know what's working on any given day. Like, I don't know if meditation's working and praying or carrying around my stones or doing positive affirmations or things that I do in my AA recovery process, or things that I do in my meditation process, or things that I do that are more spiritual or religious. But I do it all.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's hard to see the day-to-day benefits and effects. It's more of a long term, you know what I mean? The more little steps that you take each day, the better ultimately you'll start feeling along the way. Mm-hmm. Really. I mean, essentially it's that long-term benefit, but it just takes repetition and kind of putting that into your routine somehow. And just those little like things that you can do to be mindful of, like, how are you feeling now? How do you want to feel? How can you get there? Sometimes it's like such a slow process that it's like you don't even realize you're feeling better.
It's like watching your kid grow up.
Yeah. Like,
and you're like, what?
You take that minute to reflect and you're like, whoa, like, I am in a much better place now. And you can contribute that to all these little steps that you've taken. But
that takes a certain amount of self-awareness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you have to, at certain periods, look back.
Yes. And we're not really used to doing that in our busy hustle and bustle day-to-day Yeah, typically we're not used to doing that. That's,
And looking at it in a way that's just more self-reflective and not judgmental. I think I'm used to looking back at my life and being very judgmental.
critical of,
Critical.
yeah.
Critical. And going, or I could do this better, I could have done that better. Instead of just looking back and saying like, well, that was a learning experience to get me to where I am now, or look how far I've come since then, in a much more positive perspective.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, it's like that awareness of the direction that your thoughts are taking you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if they're kind of a more negative direction or if they're geared toward more of the positive. But yeah, all of that takes self-awareness.
You know, I did take your advice. I have to say, I've done a couple of these intuitive readings with you now, and you gave me a piece of guidance in our last reading. I was saying that, you know, as I was getting home from work, that was a very hectic time for me. My mind was kind of scattered, and I was barking at my husband a lot, like as soon as I was getting home. So you gave me this piece of advice of explaining to him that I needed this 10-minute decompression time and go and kind of do some meditation at that point in time. And it was such an easy suggestion that you gave me. But like, I wouldn't have thought of it myself. So that's why we don't do this work alone.
Yeah.
And I actually did that.
Good.
Like one day I came home and he was just like, why are you yelling at me? Like, why are you so angry? And I'm like, I just need 10 minutes to just decompress. And he was like, okay, then go do it. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I will.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
You call a timeout on yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. As long as you can make that work somehow. Like it's so beneficial to take an adult timeout.
An adult timeout.
Yeah.
I
Essentially.
absolutely love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why crystals, rocks, and minerals?
Why the name?
No.
Like it's
Why? Literally.
Why did I choose?
Why are they so important in the process? Because I know it's not just the crystals and the rocks and the minerals. It's a process, right? There are other things. That's why you do the intuitive readings. That's why you're creating a safe space. That's why there's other things that happen here that people should go on your Instagram and Facebook and always follow what's going on here. There's other things, but this is the foundation, isn't it?
Yep.
So why?
So just the powers of crystals. I know that everything universally has its own vibration and has its own frequency that it vibrates at, which can be a higher frequency or a lower frequency. Crystals definitely naturally hold a higher frequency vibration. And when you bring that into your energy field, it can help elevate that. It can help get things moving more. It can bring extra strength. It can bring that extra energy that you need. It's just like, you know, like you were mentioning, all these little things that you can do. So crystals are absolutely a huge part of that. And just the metaphysical powers that they have, like each stone kind of has its own, you know, resonates in its own way. They can hit different parts of our self. I mean, whole self, not just physical self, but you know,
that was the word I was looking for, metaphysical.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of it. That it's like a different plane, isn't it? Yeah, metaphysical. And how do you know if a particular stone is right for you? Because it might not be.
Right. There's definitely a few different ways to tell if it's a stone that kind of matches your energy right now. And one thing that I will note is just because you resonate or match with a stone today doesn't necessarily mean next week it'll be the right stone for you. That's always changing, you know, like we are. But anyways, so the main thing is just if you go off your intuition, like when you walk in the front door, if your eye instantly goes to a certain shelf that we have or table, go there and check it out, because that's a little intuitive hit, like, oh, that stone. When you find a stone too that you pick up in your hand and you can feel like a reaction, sometimes people say it's like a tingle, or they can like feel their heart kind of picking up pace, or the stone's getting warm. Any sensation like that is usually an indicator that it's a stone that's matching with your energy well. You know, there's a couple other little tips and tricks that we like to teach in person about the way that your body moves when you're holding a certain stone. It can be a yes or a no. You know, stones are very easy to manipulate. Their energy is, I mean, they have their own set energy, but it's very easy to manipulate. It's very easy to activate them, so to speak. It's very easy to set intentions into them because the power of thought, like your thoughts have their own vibration as well.
Yeah.
So you can really set intentions into different stones. And
You kind of taught me a bit about that. And I've been doing a little experiment with setting intentions into stone. So if you haven't seen my experiment, you can go back either on my Instagram or onto the Facebook. Because it reminds me of this quote by Jean-Paul Richter it says, "Do not wait for extraordinary circumstances to do good. Try to use ordinary situations." And I've used that and what you have been teaching me about setting intentions into stones to not wait for these extraordinary circumstances, but just kind of use ordinary situations. One was with just a new person that I met, and one was the daycare teacher, and just finding ordinary people that are in my life, but trying to set good intentions that might set forth a positive ripple in the world.
Yes.
Right?
I love that.
Okay, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Because for me in the past, I felt like I have set off way too many negative ripples in the universe, way too many negative energy ripples. So if you believe in karma at all, like I feel like I need to offset it with more positive energy ripples. And that's what I'm trying to do in my life. And you're a person that's helping me do that. And I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm happy that I've gotten to meet you and experience, this story. And I do, every time I come in here, I do feel like it is a safe space,
Yeah.
because I've been here in your back room completely falling my eyes out. So it came safe space.
You've been initiated. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited for Hop and Shop tomorrow?
We are super excited. So we have cute little door prizes that we created with some stones and other goodies that we'll be giving out to people coming in. And we have our coupon that will be in the swag bag.
So everybody that comes in gets a little from the Hop and Shop.
Yeah.
Is going to get a little door prize. That's so cool.
Door prize. And then, I'm excited. We made a really cute gift basket for the raffle prize and put in, I can't remember exactly what it was. And we put in a couple things to the big raffle prize that I really like, and something that I feel like could benefit really anybody at any point, anywhere that they might be at on their spiritual journey or healing journey, or just,
And if not, they can always set an intention into it and give it away. Else.
Yes. Stones are great.
I'll learn to teach our
Yeah.
Well, awesome. I know that we're going to see you early on in our Hop and Shop experience tomorrow.
Yeah, we're one of the first stops. Yeah.
So we'll see you early tomorrow, and then and we'll be on our way. So thank you so much for allowing us to be here to broadcast today.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Everybody go to NSA and get your Hop and Shop ticket.
Yes, those VIPs are almost gone.
They are
Yeah.
almost gone.
Yeah.
All right, and thank you so much.